Hello everyone. Today we are going to read part 3 of Glimpses of India, written by Arup Kumar Dutt, an Indian writer and journalist who is born on 2nd July 1946, Joharat in Assam. Some of his books include The Blind Witness, The Crystal Cave, and The Brahmaputra. He is awarded with the prestigious award Padma Shri. So before explaining the chapter, let me tell you the theme of this chapter. Here two characters have been described by the author. They are Pranjal, a boy belong to Assam, and he is studying in Delhi, and Rasbir is a classmate. Now it's in the summer vacation. Pranjal has invited Rasbir to go to Assam with him. So now they are inside a train that they are going to Assam. Pranjal and Rasbir both are going to Assam to visit Pranjal's house. So chai garam, a vendor called out in a high-pitched voice. He came up to their window and asked, "Chai sir, give us 2 cups," Pranjal said. So the vendor came with 2 cups and 2 cups of tea, and Pranjal asked that they need 2 cups of tea. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Rasbir said. So Rasbir is asking that every day 8 crore cups of tea are drunk by people. So the train pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in a detective book again. As Pranjal liked to read detective books, he got engaged himself in reading detective books. Rasbir too was an ardent fan of reading detective book also, but at that moment he was keener to looking at the beautiful scenery. Raspberry also, he also liked reading detective books, but that time when he saw the scenic beauty outside, so he got involved himself in enjoying the beauty. It was green everywhere. Rasbir had never seen much of greenery before because Rasbir belonged to Delhi, so he had never seen that greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields. So first of all, they saw the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. Then first of all, they saw paddy green fields. Then they saw tea bushes. It was a magnificent view against the background of densely wooded hills of area. A sea of tea bushes stretched as far as I could see. So wherever he looked at, he saw only a sea of tea bushes. Sea of tea bushes means unlimited tea bushes, dwarfing the tiny tea plants with sturdy shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes busily moved doll-like figures. So in between the tea bushes, there were sturdy means strong trees, and in between those, that is doll-like figures, they were collecting, or they are plucking the tea leaves. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. Rasbir found that there was a building with smoke which is billowing means that of coming out, flowing outward out of that chimney. Hey, a tea garden! Rasbir cried excitedly. He got too much excited by saying tea bushes everywhere, greenery. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, didn't share Rasbir's excitement. So Rasbir got more excited than Pranjal, because Pranjal belonged to that place, and he was born and brought up there. So, this is a tree country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of a plantation in the world. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. So, I have been reading as much as I could about tea, Rasbir said. So, no one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. So, Rasbir somewhere read that about that discovered of tea. So, and there are too many legends. What legends? Who asked? Pranjal. Well, there is a one about the Chinese emperor. This is very important. Two legends have been described here about the discovery of tea. So about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor, and it is said they are tea leaves. So one day one Chinese emperor, he always used to drink boil water. So one day when he was the few while it was boiling, that some few leaves fell on that boiling water, and it gave a delicious flavor. And that day, from that day onwards, it came to know as the tea leaves. Tell me another, then another legend. We have an Indian legend too, Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids. This is also another you need to remember. One is Chinese emperor legend, another is Bodhidharma. So one day the Buddhist, ancient Buddhist ascetic cut off his eyelids because he felt very sleepy during meditation. So while the Buddhist he was doing meditation, he felt very sleepy, and then 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants were put in hot water and drunk and banished sleep. So when he drank that water, tea leaves were put in that water, and when he drank it, then he did not feel sleepy while doing meditation. So tea was first drunk in China. Raspberry added as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century. Tea came to Europe in 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. So the train now clattered means a loud noise due to the brakes of the train. So the train clattered into Mariani Junction, underline Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. So finally they reached their destination, Marian Junction. Pranjal's parents were waiting in the station. Soon they were driving towards Dhekkiabadi, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. So Pranjal's father had a tea garden. An hour later, the car veered means changed the direction sharply of the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered Dhekkiabadi tea estate. So finally they reached their home, the Dhekkiabadi estate, where there is a tea garden. On both sides of the gravel road, gravel means that stone mixed with some sand. So on both sides of the gravel road were open acre of tea bushes. So both the roadside they found that only tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the prune means cut away to the same height, means the height of the bushes were same, and groups of tea pluckers and some pluckers were engaged there to pluck the leaves. With bamboo basket they were carrying, the pluckers were carrying bamboo basket at their back, wearing plastic aprons. At the same time they were wearing aprons, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. So Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. This is the second flush of or sprouting period. It means second harvest of tea leaves. So isn't it, Mr. Barua? Raspberry asked. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. So it lasts from May to July, that time it yields and it gives the best. You seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjal's father said in surprise. So before coming to Assam, Raspberry read so many books or collected so many information regarding tea. You seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjal's father said. Means before coming to this place, he had collected so many knowledge, idea, information regarding that place. Yes, Mr. Barwa, Raspberry admitted, but I hope to learn much more while I am here. And he said to Pranjal's father that he wants to know more about this place and about the tea garden, tea estate, tea plantation, everything. So hope children you understood the two legends of a tea and that how greenery the state is, and the tea plantation, tea, how the people they engage the pluckers, tea pluckers, they used to pluck tea leaves and the leaves, and they how the tea is produced from that from Assam. So hope children you all enjoyed this chapter. Thank you.